Read, read, read to succeed. And that's what we do all the time here at DMU Lewis C. Elementary School, where excellence is the standard. We're in a community where it's very low socioeconomics. However, we have some of the most, I guess you could say, some of the best community supporters that anyone could ask for, because it is extremely challenging for our kids when it comes to actually being able to obtain different books so that they can increase their reading lexile levels and their knowledge.
Our population is about 9,000, and we're gradually losing people for as population is concerned. Our school district is less than 1,000 students. Our students are migrating to other counties for support.
We have a lot of kids that love to read, but the most important hindrance is that they don't have transportation to get here to the library. We do our part in putting it out there via Facebook, the newspaper, and we also have flyers that we take to the school to keep them in touch with what's going on. But the participation is good when the school can get them here, on the school bus-wide programs.
Because we are 100% free and reduced lunch. All of our students come in and make sure they get a good breakfast in the morning. And many of them leave from the breakfast table and go into our media center to ensure that they have a book to read for the day. And as you can see, you have to have a meal to get the motor going. And they get a good breakfast in the morning, which is feeding the body. And then when they go to the media center to get a great book, which is feeding the mind, and you put those two together, you're going to have some success.
The statistics shows that if a child is not reading on third grade, there's a great possibility that they will not graduate. And that's one of our main strategies that we're trying to work on here in this community.
I was a little boy, and he came in to check out a book during breakfast time, and he picked up a big, thick book, and he said, "Miss Lawson, I want to check this book out." And I knew that the book was too large for him and beyond his level, but he was trying to impress me. I asked him to read the first page, and it proved to me and to him that the book was beyond his level. And I assisted him with getting a book that was on his level. And from that experience, the child learned the importance of reading and how to choose a book on his level. And it impressed him and it increased his interest in reading. And now he's a fifth grader and he's reading much better. And he's happy with himself because he knows that he can do it.
Many of our students live in areas that are very far out in the community, in the county, and it's a challenge for them to come to school or get to downtown in order to get by the local library. So what the school likes to do is we like to allow kids to check books out over the summer, and then we also keep our doors open during the summer. So if students would like to come to school or in the area, they can come by here and pick a book up or whatever they may need. We're also, if we have old books, we don't discard those books. We allow those students to take those books with them. What do you think your brain is? It is a huge what? Muscle. It is a muscle. So what you work your muscles by reading in the brain. All right? If you want to be strong mentally and cognitively, you have to continue to read all the time. If you don't work it, then it becomes soft and then it's not as strong. So over the summer, you're going to have to continue to read in order to keep your brain and your intellect and your cognitive skills strong. So that when you come back to school, you won't be like, oh man, I feel so drained. You'll be like, what? I'm ready. I can read this. I don't care what that word says. I know what it means. I can pronounce it and I can write with it.
Right now with our strategy, which is reading, we're partnering with the Hancock County Public Library, where we are at this present time, trying to encourage our third graders to become better readers or proficient readers, so that by the time that they complete school, they'll be proficient readers as well. And not only that, the statistics shows that if a child is not reading on third grade, there's a great possibility that they will not graduate. And that's one of our main strategies that we're trying to work on here in this community.
Community and schools, Ms. Regina Butts here, our local coordinator and director, has been played a very big and integral part in assisting us in obtaining books. We would like to also thank the Blank Foundation for their assistance with helping us too, because we do know that their help has gotten us the opportunity to add more books to our shelves. But it is important that our shelves are filled with great books, because that will help students have a choice. And when you give a child a choice in something that they don't normally do, they're more apt to get those books and read those books because it's something that they enjoy.
Reading is so important to me because so people won't make fun of you and you can show them that you know how to read better than them and you can know how to pronounce words and make sentences out of them. I think reading is good because you can read bigger words, then you can make your lexile level good. Then you can when you go to the next grade, you can read and read and read. I think it's important because if you want a job, you gotta know how to read so you can get your job.
We make sure that even with infants, we have little sight words that they can sound out. And then we progress because we got level 1, level 2, level 3 books. Even with our videos, they do it in a fun way with singing and dancing to help make learning fun. And that's what we do here. And again, we're grateful that we're here 7 days a week to help the parents with this, because when they get off from work, a lot of parents don't have time to help their kids. But if they got the materials here to help children, then this is a great place to come.
Well, now my son, Zion Hunt, he's in the 3rd grade. But primarily, when he first started Head Start, I was able to get him signed up with the Family Connection, I think, for the books for tots. And it literally gave him joy in like being just in Head Start. Right now he's in 3rd grade. But in the beginning, when I first got books coming to my house, so I could try to help him, improve, just his whole skills. And because using your imagination, it actually helps you grow. So a story with a great imagination is just a good cup of tea. But anyway, when he was like 4 and 5 years old, he'd be like, well, Mama, can I get my own book out the mailbox? That was his little mail. And you really don't know, it makes the children feel important.
I wanna be a cook, and then I wanna own my own restaurant. I wanna be an architect when I grow up because you can build stuff, make stuff with wood and bricks and stuff, and you can make your own house. I want to be a doctor because you get to help people that are sick or that been in a lot of pain.
Now the library is a very cool place. At one time, going to the library was not a cool place because kids really didn't think that, man, why do we need to go to the library? Now, our volume has picked up. Students are checking out more books now, which is a great thing because if books are moving in the library, that means that students are really in tune to making sure that they are reading the different types of books that they're checking out.
My hopes and admirations for my son is for him to just grow, be inventive, be nice to people. Don't be scared to learn because knowledge is power. And where there's knowledge and where there's power, possibilities are endless.
Every morning I get up, I think about challenges. What challenge will I face today? Will it be that I have to go out and try to find somebody some shoes to wear? Whether or not someone calls upon me to say, Regina, I need a job, or else I need some money to help pay for my medicine or whatever the situation might be. And being able to meet the needs of the families here in Hancock County, whether or not to provide school supplies to our children, whether or not try to find jobs, or either try to bring the collaborative together or bring partnerships together to make sure that our families and children are well taken care of here in this community. Sometimes it can get to be challenging. I put in long hours to try to make it happen, but at the end I find joy in knowing that I've done something that has made a difference in the lives of our families and children here in Hancock County.